Let's... Oh, I'm live apparently. Huzzah. Oh, that's me just mucking about with all my stuff. Right, let's close this. Hello everybody and welcome to the first edition of, what have I called this again? Locking It Down with Lucy. Yes, it's a little bit makeshift over here. It's a little low budget, but I'm literally ripping off my inspiration, which is one Chris Jericho. Hopefully this is being broadcast. Oh, I hope the lagging's not happening. Hello. We're getting the different colours down here, which is like never good. Can we just... Has this happened? Have we gone live? Hello. People are saying hello now. I can't tell if you're saying hello to me or if you're saying hello to each other, which is also awesome. So I've decided to just do this kind of like hangout thing. Like I said, Chris Jericho seems to do one on a week. Wait, I'm reading my own comments now, so I've got the chat open at the side here. Oh, it's okay. Okay, cool. Yay, thanks, Booker, for... It's kind of hard to gather what's happening sometimes. Or if I'm just sitting here talking to myself. So, what are we doing all here? So I've decided to just talk for a bit, because I miss talking to people about things that I really like, because whilst we're all in isolation, might as well all talk about things together. And I do have an agenda here for the Locking It Down with Lucy, the first edition, and I want you guys to get involved in the chat. So basically, I've got a list of things. So people are always saying to me, you should do a podcast, and I have always wanted to do a podcast, but podcast takes time and it takes effort, and I want to make sure if I was going to do it, I would be consistent. So this is kind of like my weird sort of live podcasty thing that I'm going to try and do. So I've got some topics here. So we're going to do the check-in or the lock-in at the beginning, where I'm just going to ask you all how you're all doing. We're all going to like check in and see if we're all good. Then I've got a few sort of like topics that I'd like to cover, and we can all talk about some of these topics. Oh, I'm glitching like a Bethesda game. No! I can talk about Uncharted. Oh, some people can't see anything. That's also worrying. I don't know what's going on. I didn't know, because I did a different thing where the YouTube was counting me down, and then it was apparently like waiting for Lucy, and I was like, oh, I've got to press go live. And then I might go through any other business that I have done, and maybe a little laggy. I don't know how to fix the lag, I'm not going to lie. I think it's just my computer. Oh no, it's kind of laggy but not very bad. Is it just like me being a robot? Guess what? I am not a robot. I think the moral of the story is I need to buy a better laptop, because I'm looking at my OBS. It's got like this little green box, and when it goes red, apparently everything... Oh, okay. Hi, monitor. Is it monitor? Oh, okay, someone was saying it's cool. Phew, maybe it's just because I restarted my computer. Anyways, here is my agenda. It's not a hidden agenda like what once... Was it Lamar? No, it's Craig David had a hidden agenda. And then we will end with a Q&A at the end. So when I get to the end of this, I will take questions. If anyone wants to ask questions, we can have a chat about that. And then I'll do the checkout. And on the checkout, I'll just do something. I don't know. Cool. Thank you, everybody, for letting me know that the technical things are going well. So let's start in with the check-in / lock-in. I've gone for this lock-in sort of gimmick, and I'm gonna have to like roll with it. Also, I did want to put like my screen of the internet up, but I think my computer might just explode, so we're just going to have to use our imaginations. Our imaginations, as SpongeBob once said. So, check-in. I want to know how everyone is doing. How are you all doing in lockdown? I forgot to cross off my next day today. This is the start of week 4 of being at home for me. How's everybody else doing? I'd like to know people's lowlights and their highlights of the week so far for me, because I feel like you need to have the balance. You cannot have light without dark, as Sirius Black once told us. You know, everyone has the potential to be good and bad. Wise words. So my low light, I guess, if I'm going to start there, just start with a bad and go high, it's my eye. It's really annoying. I don't know, can you see this? What is happening here? I've had this weird eye problem since 2 weeks ago, since lockdown started. Now's not the time to be getting problems in the health department. So I'm trying to do things that aren't too screen heavy, because I feel like my eye gets a bit tired, and I haven't really recorded any videos because I'm a little self-conscious about it. So that sucks. That's been my main low light. I guess me working from home, I must touch my face a lot more. Stress and lonely sitting down my desk must be going and it's not good. So if you see me touching my face, tell me off. So that's my low light of the week. My highlight of the week was I baked a cake on Monday, which I don't think I never really do. I can't say I've never ever done it, because I must have done it at some point, but my good friend Fran, shout out to Fran, gave me a recipe for a cake, and because my sister was finally returning from New Zealand, so I was like, let's do a fun family activity of cake making. So see, this is where, if I could do the thing, I would show you all a picture of it. Maybe I'll put it on my Instagram. But someone described the cake as purple, and I think that might have just been lighting. What happens if I do this? There it is, there's the cake, and a bunch of my fingerprints on the screen. It's not the most appetizing thing in the world. It tasted more like a brownie in the end. So... Oh no, I closed my tab. So, that was it. So yeah, baking a cake and my sister coming back. Those are my highlights and lowlights. How's everyone else doing? Kat is doing her 80 squats a day. Is that your exercise regime? What do you mean I did that ages ago? Baked. Oh, are you talking about Booker? I don't know what Booker's talking about. Thanks for that Aaron thing. I don't know. I just like, see, as I said at the beginning at the top, I was just inspired by Chris Jericho. He sits and he just talks, and also that's the other reason as well. So he sits and talks about stuff, but because he's like an ultra cool wrestler, he's got these really cool stories. Not like I literally just sit at home, so I don't have cool stories to tell you guys. So that's why I was like, I'll do a more like succinct agenda so we can talk about topics and stuff, and then at least I know a lot of people like listening to these videos whilst playing games. And also, this is much simpler to set up than me trying to get out my Elgato thing. Is it Elgato or is it Elgato? I don't know. Cat made a cake once. That's exciting. Oh yeah, my eye. Yeah, Booker. Yeah. Yeah, that has been a while. I don't know how. I think you can kind of see it. It's really frustrating. So once my eye heals up, I will make a proper video again. But at the moment, I'm like, oh, I'm too self-conscious because it's something that will be here with me for like, I don't know. Hopefully it's getting better. I think it is, but I don't want it to be immortalised in video form forever because that'll be sad. Kat's doing that and yoga. The low was that you had. Oh, I'm feeling a bit stressed this week. Yes, I do feel a bit stressed after work sometimes. I must admit that kind of sucks. You had to go to work today and now taking a shower. Nice. So those are my main things. I also do have story of the week here, but I don't think the thing is, I don't have a story this week, I don't think. Nothing has really happened. Last week my story was a spider coming to my meeting. But I guess so far, because this is a Wednesday, it's kind of weird to think because you've got the week is sort of halfway through. So, Radic is kind of bored since staying at home, having a weak immune system. But the highlight was learning an obi solo. What's that? Is that guitar? Some people are doing their PlayStation. Soviet Gamer, I recognise you from Twitter. Hello. You have a load of plats. Yeah, check her out on Twitter. She's got like so many plats. I was like, wow. And you made some cool pictures, I think, with your games and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's you. And you also learned fish. I'm thinking about dyeing my hair. Like, you know, be radical. Maybe put a little bit of, like, I don't know, blue or something. Right, so let's move on to some topics. So what have I been playing this week? So I've not really been playing too much this week. This is where I would have liked to get PSN profiles up to show you guys, but I have a feeling that my computer might explode. Maybe we can try that next time. So I've been playing some Outer Worlds. I think I'm pretty much close to the end now. So I'm going to try and finish that up this week, and then I will decide if I'll go for the platinum based on what I have next. So I think this is going to be a game much like the Fallout games, where I need to make a backup save, because I'll get to the end of the game, beat it, and then I'll have to go back to an old save and do some cleanup trophies, and then try and figure out a strategy to get all the other trophies in another playthrough, if possible. Something like that. That will have to be that'll have to be something that would be a trophy logbook endeavour. So that's what I'm playing. I only went back to Skyrim once this week. As I said, I just haven't really been feeling it. Feeling the PlayStation. So I went back to Skyrim for a bit and just did the greybeard stuff. I think my problem with the beginning of the game is that I played the beginning of Skyrim twice, because when I went to get the platinum for it on PS3, I messed up a Daedric quest. There was one with where you had to help. Was it a werewolf or a deer? And at the end of it, the quest, you could get this ring, or you got something else and you need to get the ring, but for some reason I didn't get this ring, so I was down a Daedric artifact. That's it, Daedric artifact. So I had to replay the whole beginning of the game just to get up to that point. And yes, I had to replay the beginning of the game and get all the Daedric artifacts again. My God. So maybe that's why I feel like I'm kind of going through the motions, because I'm kind of like, at the beginning, yeah, I remember what you want, blah, 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 blah. So I'll probably get back to that, at some point. What is else? That's literally all I've played this week. Now that my sister's back from New Zealand, I might train her up in Overcooked. So that'll be fun. Although because she's come back, she's in self-isolation. She's in her... This is my set, by the way. It's not very exciting. Normally you don't only see the little thing, but this is my signed... Pointing is weird when you're looking at yourself. What's even happening? This is hard. There it is. Maybe I should have just looked and done that. That's so much easier. This is my signed Nolan North Uncharted 4 poster that my friend Lisa, she won a competition and we went and it was so exciting. There's a video about the whole thing on my channel, but yeah, it's my pride and joy. One day I will get Troy Baker to sign my Last of Us poster. That's like, I do have this. The Last of Us remastered, cool. How do we get this to look nice? Well, you know what it is. It's the sleeve. That's pretty nice. Did that have blue tack on it? No, it didn't. But I have a poster version of that, which I will get signed one day. Lincoln's asking for help because he's losing his mind in quarantine. That's what we're here for. We're here to, like, quarantine together. I can't even remember what I was talking about anymore. God, it's just... Sometimes it's the quarantine life is just blah, isn't it? So what's everyone else been playing this week, I guess is the question for you guys. So what's Lego Masters tonight? I was talking about Skyrim. Yeah, I was. The other thing I need to get round to is what... do I go back to some... Oh yeah, Overcooked. Oh yeah, that was it. I was talking with my sister. Yeah, she's come back from New Zealand, but now she's got to self-isolate because she's in her room. So... yeah, Skyrim has never grabbed me. I'm more of a Morrowind guy. See, I've never played any Elder Scrolls game before Skyrim. As I mentioned in the live stream that I did, I was like, I don't like magic. I don't like dragons. I thought I didn't like fantasy because I never really watched anything fantasy. I've always been very sci-fi based. I've always liked, spaceships and aliens. And I was like, I don't care about all these mythical creatures. But then apparently I really do care about mythical creatures because once upon a time, my top 3 favourite games included Fallout 3. But Skyrim overtook it and then Fallout 3 dropped down the list quite heavily. So that's how much it got me. Minimac is playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Wow, I've not actually played that Assassin's Creed game. I dropped off after 3 and then came back for Origins and have decided never ever to play an Assassin's Creed game again for a while. Oh, yes, Robin's talking about Retro Replay. Nolan North and Troy Baker are playing games on YouTube. Yes, I love a bit of Retro Replay, although I kind of enjoy listening to it. I love all the voices that they do. Like, my name is Anus. I enjoy that one a lot. Booker has platinumed Steensgate. Is that how you say it? Steensgate? Congratulations. We'll give you the platinum applause of approval. What else? Soviet Gamer is playing... Is it Soviet? Am I saying that right? I don't know. I'm really bad at saying things. Resident Evil 3. I've not actually picked up Resident Evil 3 yet. So that's the thing. Trying to do Persona Royale. She's also trying to do Persona 5 Royale. I feel like I definitely am going to pick up that game at some point because I do want to go back. I was talking to a friend at work today. Well, at work. About Persona. And she picked up recently. And I was like, this is making me so happy hearing her stories and what she did and everything. I will take questions at the end of this. So I want to try and keep this, somewhat in some kind of not rambling tangent, which I realise that this has gone on. This is what it is really. It's just me talking and responding to you guys in the chat. So those are the things I've been doing. Someone asked me to talk about Uncharted, which is I should put an Uncharted point in here every week, but it's hard to talk about Uncharted when there's nothing happening in the Uncharted space. It's like a dead space at the moment. Like, no news really happens. Although there is the movie, but obviously every movie ever has stopped production. So will that movie ever see the light of day? We may never know. I don't know, it's just another tale or something notch in the something. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a proverb to describe the Uncharted movie, but I don't think there's one to. So I'm just gonna take a drink in my Harry Potter glass after proclaiming that I don't like fantasy and bullshit, although I do quite like Harry Potter. Right, let's talk about something that I actually do want to talk about. Someone mentioned it in the chat. I want to talk about WrestleMania. So possible spoilers, I suppose, if you're thinking of watching WrestleMania and haven't yet, or if you don't care about WrestleMania at all, I'm sorry. I actually took the day off on Monday to watch WrestleMania, even though it was in 2 parts. So I watched half of it on Sunday and half of it on Monday. And then I thought that was quite good, actually, because sometimes I feel like with WrestleMania it's a very long show. Oh no, my OBS is going from yellow to red to orange. Does that mean I've turned into a robot again? Maybe I should put my phone on flight mode. There we go. That might help. Dear Lord, this light is very unflattering. Oh, that's the thing as well, actually. I realise that when I talk, it takes a little while for the chat to catch up to what I'm saying. I don't know how behind you are, but someone's talking about the PlayStation, the Uncharted movie. But yeah, what was I talking about? WrestleMania. So overall, I thought it was a pretty good show, given the hand that they were dealt. I liked the fact that it was in 2 parts because it was more manageable. I remembered at some WrestleManias, I particularly remember, I think it was WrestleMania 32, which I also like to call WrestleMania Star, because they got rid of the numbers and just put, like, arbitrary symbols there. And it got to Triple H versus Roman Reigns, and I was lying on the sofa, and I actively wanted it to end. Oh no, I think I'm freezing. I'm not sure how to fix when it freezes. Hopefully it's not too annoying. I will try not. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it just flicks. I think we're just gonna have to roll with it. This is a work in progress. So here we go. We're getting some WrestleMania chat now. So Flame Slinger Alex is saying, I don't understand why they didn't delay WrestleMania. It's completely different without the crowd. Okay, so this is the thing. I kind of commend the fact that WWE has this mantra of the show must always go on sort of thing. So I realised that I think they knew it was never going to be the same, and they had to do their best to try, and they wanted to put on a show for people because at the moment there's not much going on. I'm sure people are probably looking forward to WrestleMania. They wanted to watch something to just pass the time. So I think it was good of them to continue doing it. Now, if they delayed WrestleMania, how do you do that? Do you just pause everything? Is there still that hype when we get back to whenever normality returns in 3 or 4 months? Can you just be like, okay, the first show back is WrestleMania. Is the buzz going to be there? Like, it's been building up, and then it just stops. I don't know if that would have worked. Also, how do you go through all the things of rebooking the venue and everybody getting their tickets to be able to go back again? So I think overall this was a good call. It will be remembered as a different type of show, I suppose. I always found that the first match was the most awkward match, because that's when you had to, like, readjust your sort of mind to be like, okay, this is kind of weird without the audience. I think it was a good idea that they got rid of all the empty chairs and stuff to give it a bit more, so you didn't see that it was lacking space. So I thought that was good. The highlight of the show, though, I will say, was AJ Styles versus The Undertaker in a boneyard match. That was pretty good. I was very much into that, because I liked how they had to be creative. That's the thing. It was a bit weird without the crowd, and maybe something. But I feel that some matches probably gained from not having a crowd. Like, would Undertaker and AJ Styles had a boneyard match if WrestleMania wasn't going to be like this? Maybe not. They might have had a normal match. Undertaker would have hopped around, and it might have been an okay match. But now because they had this boneyard match, it was much more exciting. The Firefly Funhouse thing, that was odd. I don't think I enjoyed that as much. I thought it was creatively interesting, but I don't want to watch that again. But I really do want to watch the Boneyard match again. There's other matches that I feel like could have been really good, but without the crowd, they didn't quite reach their potential. Matches that are like pure technical wrestling ones, like Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley, like, it was a good match, but I feel like you kind of do need the crowd to hype the moments, like, to feel the build of the match and be like, like, you kind of miss that. So that, it's weird. I can imagine myself watching some of these matches again. Oh no, it was one situation, but I thought they did very well. Also, Orton versus Edge was ridiculously long. I mean, that's another one again. I feel like they could have had a really good proper feud match with a crowd, but they had to go for something different because obvious reasons, and it was maybe a tad too long. So that's my thoughts on. Actually, I was very much into Otis versus Dolph. Hey, Adam's in the chat. I've just decided to coin my own talk show where I just talk to myself and you guys about things of the week. So Is it? Am I saying Soviet Gamer right? I probably missed the thing, but it's saying that she was really pissed when Undertaker lost his streak. Now, I was at the time as well, because I felt like the streak was like quite a big deal. Do you know what? Oh, the match that I really wanted to happen at WrestleMania, but the moment has passed and they kind of had a match. That they could have done John Cena in his peak. Well, I guess not in his peak, but in his late peak versus The Undertaker. Like, because in that time, you never bet against John Cena and you never bet against The Undertaker. So that would have been a really good match, because it would have been like, well, Undertaker doesn't lose because he's got the streak, but then John Cena doesn't lose because he's got the streak. Now, I know people would have been really mad if John Cena beat the streak, but I don't think he would have beaten the streak, but I think it would have been a good match with a lot of hype. So I think that was a missed opportunity, unfortunately. But also, I think the bad thing about when Undertaker lost his streak was it's just not really a great match. Like, it's remembered for that moment, but the match itself was a little like, nah, like I've not wanted to watch it again. But I guess now it's kind of different, I suppose, that Undertaker doesn't have this big thing every WrestleMania. At first I thought it was a bit weird without having an Undertaker streak match, but it is what it is now. Now it's just a normal thing. I don't watch wrestling as much as I used to. I miss those times kayfabe was a thing. Everyone was on social media these days and they just don't care anymore. Oh my god, does everyone remember? Like, now I feel like I'm just talking about wrestling, but that's my main topic is wrestling. I remember when I thought wrestling was real, and I got so upset when Edge cashed in his Money in the Bank on John Cena. I remember eating spaghetti bolognese afterwards. This is how much this memory is ingrained in my mind. So I was like, that's just so unfair. You don't understand. He just had this whole match and he beat everybody in the Elimination Chamber, and then Edge just came out and he just cashed it in and he just beat him. And I'm eating my spaghetti. I must have been like 15 and I was really grumpy like the whole day, and I hated Edge for ages because of that. And I hated JBL as well. I refused to play JBL in any wrestling video game for a long time. I'm saying I think Undertaker was concussed about 3 minutes into the Lesnar match. Lesnar was deadlifting at one point. Yeah, so I think that's an unfortunate part of that match. Is like, yeah, that's my thing. Undertaker, I think. That's what I really want to watch. I really am looking forward to watching that Undertaker 24 special. I don't know how many people have the network, but I really like the documentaries that they do on the network. I think they do a good job editing them and stuff, and their little sort of the ways they put it together is quite interesting. And there's one about the Undertaker, and it sounds like it's going to be a when's Undertaker going to hang it up kind of thing. And I see what he's saying. He's trying to look for that one last good match, but I hate to break it to the dude. Not that he cares about me. Like, he's like, who is this Lucy? He doesn't care who I am. But I don't think there is going to be one more last match. End it on the Boneyard match, man. That was a high. Or he's just going to keep doing these cinematic matches, I suppose. So I missed the Attitude Era. See, I never watched the Attitude Era. Are you ready for a 3MB reunion? That's quite funny. Dory Died when the streak ended with Roman, and Roman came into the picture. I don't know. I had fallen off it. I was mostly into it very hardcorely from like 2005 to maybe like 2009 or 10 or something. I actually wrote an university paper on kayfabe. Yeah, I was just like, because it was kind of sort of like a transmedia, or was it multi-platform. And I was just talking about how they use different types of media to get the product out. Anyways, I think that wraps it up for the wrestling chat. WrestleMania gets 36 or what was the WrestleMania? Because I think that was the thing. It gets a thumbs up from me, but not a full thumbs up. Just sort of like an acute thumbs up. Because I thought it was good moments. I enjoyed watching it overall, and I think it was an okay show. So if you liked WrestleMania, give me your thoughts. So the next topic, which I see everybody else is talking about in the chat, which is on my list, is the PS5 DualSense Controller, which I wonder if that name will stick or not, because I think everybody's so used to saying the DualShock, but I think it's interesting. So I thought this was quite nice, that PlayStation, threw us a bone. Everyone's sitting at home, they're bored, waiting for God knows what to happen, and they were just like, here you go, surprise news, and gave everyone something to talk about for a bit. So my overall thoughts, I think I'd like it better if it was all in black. It's an interesting design to go for the two-tone sort of look, but I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's a controller at the end of the day. I've got my one here, as you can see, I have, what one have I got back here? I've got an array of controllers, and I'm pretty sure they'll mix and match stuff just so that you can have a bunch of them. I quite like this controller. And it seems like that one has a little bit of a, like, the bottoms here on the new... See, I would have got a picture up, but, you know, my computer will probably die or something. Seems like the shape here has changed on the new one. And obviously, it seems like the light bar is here. Now, do you know what I'm really happy about? I know a lot of people don't like the touchpad, but I like the touchpad. Not because of the fact that it's a touchpad, but I like how it's like an extra button that's easy to push. Like, when I was playing PS3 games, I don't know about you guys, but I found it really frustrating to kind of like have to press select, because the select was like where the share button was. So you'd be like, oh no, and select used to be what this sort of button does now. So now you could be like playing here, and you can press here or here, depending on... So I think that makes ease for pressing the select button. I do actually have like a sort of an agenda here. It was... The PS5 was on my to-do list, but I kind of just like... I don't know, I feel like most of the time when I talk, I just sort of ramble. That's just my style, I suppose. So yeah, I thought overall it was I forgot what I was saying now. I got distracted. Yeah, the light bar as well seems to be here, which seems to be probably better, I suppose, so you can see it. I hope the battery life is better, because I feel like this controller, this is my oldest controller, this one. Is it? Yes, it is. It's been through the wars a bit. This one runs out very quickly. It is a giant select button. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I feel like this controller particularly seems to run out within like a couple of hours, whereas my newest one can go a bit longer. So I don't know if it's just a thing that's with these, that they sort of run out quicker. Hopefully as well there won't be the problem with the analog stick. This one's got a slight bit of wear and tear happening to it there. And also this back bit always rubs off. My other controller, it's got like this bit has come off and it's really weird. But yeah, no, I like the feeling of this controller. It's pretty good. So I'll be interested to see, because I will say though, the best controller, not that I have an Xbox, but I do really like the Xbox Elite controller. That feels pretty decent. What's going on? Yeah, it'll probably be available different colours. Old controllers work with some games. Someone has brought up the next point. So what before we go into the next point that I want to talk about, was everyone's... Oh, you've got a rose gold controller. That's very true. Well, this is... So we're saying we need a show late night with this. This is kind of the late night Lucy, but I was trying to, like, you know, put the... I like how I'm using this as like the lockdown symbol. Maybe that's... Hey everybody, welcome to Locking It Down with Lucy. That's if I was a wrestler, that'd be my entrance. So yeah. Yeah, that's the X on your oldest controller is way too sensitive. So that's my thoughts on the controller, really. There's not really much to it. Sounds pretty cool, but it's really hard to tell until you get your hands on it. So hopefully one day in the distant future, that will be something that's... But then at the end of the day, some people are talking about the design stuff. The controller's a controller. I don't really care. Okay, so the next topic on my list was what someone did pull up in the chat, is my thoughts on The Last of Us 2 delay. Okay, so hey Dom. Oh, I've just seen Dom in the chat. I'd like to shout out Dom for helping me put this idea together. He was saying you should put some sort of like talking with Lucy. My dad is not going to be on the show. I'm sorry, Dom. Maybe one day I'll have a guest. I'll get my brothers and sisters on one day. But shout out to Dom Wigan in the chat for helping me put this together. Stay tuned to the end, Dom. I've got a special segment just for you. Okay. Alright, so what was I talking about? The Last of Us 2 delay. So I understand, like, you know, delays are unfortunate in this time, because, I mean, I have to work from home and I'm on Photoshop and I'm like cranky because I'm like, I don't like this. I miss my big computer screen and all this. Whereas, so I can't imagine what it's like if you're working on a game and you've got to, like, you know, render these like crazy assets and whatever, and you're doing it from your little house. Like, some people might have their own setup at home where they've got a super duper computer, but some people probably don't. So it's obviously going to be difficult to finish the game. So that is unfortunate. I'm kind of sad though that this is the first game I've ever put I bought a pre-order for any game ever, because before I would have loved to have got the Uncharted 4 pre-order, but I was just too poor and didn't have a job back then. So this is my first time, and I've had Game emailing me being like, oh hey, because I pre-ordered it from the Game in London, because that's where I work, so I was like, oh of course I'll be able to pick it up from there, but now I'm really far away from, well I say really far away. For those of you in London, I'm in Zone 6. That's like, so Zone 1 is London, Zone 6, whatever that means. That's how far away I am. So I was like, damn, I'm not going to be able to pick that up. But then they were like, we're going to try and send it to you. And I was like, oh, that's good. But then they were like, oh, now it's been delayed. So maybe one day I'll get this pre-order. But, you know, this is what I was saying at the beginning of the year. It's hashtag year of the backlog. So this brings up another interesting question. With The Last of Us delay and many other delays, this is what I heard on another podcast and it hit me. What if there are no other games that come out this year? Because this has got to have, like, if The Last of Us was the next big game that was coming out in May and it's been delayed, surely there are other games, like, further down the line that are also going to be hit with this and it's going to be a knockback. I'm pretty sure somebody told me that Call of Duty has been pushed back to next year. So, and that's, like, November when that comes out. So, could it be that there's, like, not many new games that come out this year other than maybe small indie games or whatever? And what happens then? Are the only Game of the Year contenders like Final Fantasy VII Remake and Persona 5 Royal and Resident Evil 3 and whatever other game came out at the beginning of the year? That's a real possibility that, like, some of these games might not happen or we won't have enough time to play it. So, I don't know, it's kind of weird to think, but I guess I'm going to have to either go back to old games. I got a comment the other day where someone was like, you should go back and platinum Mass Effect. And I was like, you know what? I did dwell on it. You know, sometimes I just sit around, I'm bored, and I just look at my phone, and I look at my trophies, and I was like, Mass Effect. I was like, maybe it's time. But then I also feel like maybe this is the opportunity to go back and play games that I've been wanting to play. Like Shadow of Mordor, for instance, is a game that I was like, this sounds really cool, I kind of want to play it, but I never got round to it, and maybe now's the time. Doom Eternal, that's another game that came out, which I don't know, I played the first Doom, it was alright, I don't know if I would play. I don't know if I'd play again. So yeah, Ghost of Tsushima comes out in the summer. I also think, how far along is that game done? To be honest, I'm not really that hyped about Ghost of Tsushima, I don't think. Yeah, it's the Avengers. Most games will be postponed. You're saying that Last of Us because will campaign. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Would I consider playing Persona 5 Royal? I do really want to play Persona, but I don't want to be, that's the thing, I don't want to be dropping 50 quid on every game ever. I save the £50 games for ones that I feel like, this is, because £50 is a lot of money. I think I come from a place where when I was a kid, my dad allocates like £40 for your birthday. No, it's £40 for Christmas, £40 for your birthday. So I was like, I've got £80 here to play with. So I would try and, like, you know, get as many games as possible out of my £80. And if I bought every game, if I bought a £50 game, then that means I only get one game, and then maybe a cheap game, because that's what 80 equals. So I'd have to sort of, like, you know, skull digger whatever my way to get as many games as possible. So yeah, it is unfortunate, and I'm not really sure what this means, but maybe this means we get to go back and enjoy old games and be free from the burden of having to play the latest game all the time. Right, so what else is on my list? I was going to talk about, you know, if I watched anything, but I haven't really watched stuff that much, to be honest. I've been just watching a bit of YouTube going to bed. I did watch Adam's that's what's got the role. No, his Platinum Journey video yesterday. Very good. God of War. That was a very good watch. I enjoyed watching you fight the Valkyrie Queen, and I particularly enjoyed your reaction to I don't know if you're still in the chat, but your reaction to when you beat the Valkyrie at the top of I forgot, is it Misselheim? And you were like, yes! And then it's like, no, there's one more thing. And I was like, I felt exactly the same way when I was just like, yes, I've done the thing. And then it was like, damn it, they want me to do more. I thought that was a bit of a kick in the teeth. So I enjoyed that a lot. So that's all I've really been doing, to be quite honest, is going to bed. I've been sleeping 9 hours almost every night. Is this really bad? Like, I'm literally just going to work and going to sleep. And now when I dream, I have dreams about work, but at home. like people are in my house doing work. It's all confusing in my mind. Like I had a dream about that we had to do a team exercise where we were making pizza, and they were like, "Sorry, Lucy, you can't make pizza with us." And I was like, I really like pizza. Please let me make pizza. So that was sad. So let's how long has this been? It's been going for 36 minutes. So let's take some Q&A questions, and so put your questions in the chat, and I will choose some that I find pleasing to answer. So I'll just wait. I don't know what the lag is on this. Oh, here we go. Someone's I've got an old question here. Hamstall says, "Hey Lucy, how are you doing? Which game are you going to go for next with the platinum?" Bethany, best friend Bethany is here. Shout out to best friend Bethany in the chat. Overcooked 2 is, yes, that is a possibility of a platinum. But the thing is, I think I'm in a place. What type of questions? Any question you like. It could be any question. Someone put a very good question at the top of the very beginning of this, which I do want to answer. So I'll come back to that. At the moment, I'm in a place where I've got a lot of games, and I'm playing them all at the same sort of time, and then none of them are very near the platinum. So it could be a lot of different. It could go either way. Also, I'm very worried that I'm going to get to platinum number 100, and I'm not going to have the technology set up to do the live stream. Also, back on the table is Destiny, so we could get the Destiny platinum at some point. So a question that someone asked at the top was which 4 characters, I can't remember what your name was when you asked this question, but I did remember seeing it. I thought it was interesting. Which 4 characters from Uncharted would I like to be in quarantine with? Well, obviously Nathan Drake. Okay, I don't think you excluded Nathan Drake. Like, he'd be a riot. Okay, so he'd be funny. I'm gonna sack off Elena. Is that really harsh to say? I'm gonna say Chloe, because I like Chloe. She's cool. I think you need Sully. I think you need that dynamic. So we've got we've got Nate, we've got Sully, we've got Chloe, and one more. I mean, this could be a controversial person to add, but I'm thinking Harry Flynn potentially. But would he cause a problem in the house? I'm imagining now we're all in Big Brother. You know, it's like, if I had to nominate someone, I'd be like, "Hey, Big Brother." Oh, it's really, you know, when you sit, oh my God, I'm literally in the diary room right now. I'm like, and they're like, "Lucy, who would you like to nominate?" I was like, it's so hard because I really like everybody, but I'm going to nominate Harry Flynn just because he's causing problems. Like, him and Nate keep arguing about Chloe, so maybe he'd cause a couple of issues in the house of quarantine. So then, Cutter. I might go Cutter. I like her. He's solid. Elena Fisher in the chat says, "How dare you?" But the thing is, this is gonna. I mean, Elena's cool. I really like Elena, but I don't want, like, you don't want Nate and Elena to be like all coupley all the time, because then I'll be like, "Oh, for God's sake, I want to hang out with Nate," and they're like, "Oh yeah," and also Elena can be so annoying sometimes. She'll be like, "Nate, I hope you're not doing this. Oh, by the way, I'm going to go to this war correspondent thing, blah, 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 blah." Like, she could be a little bit irritating to him. So Elena's out. People are saying maybe yes, Sully, because Sully would have great stories. Also, we are not inviting Sam. Sam is not invited in the history of ever. So there we go. There's the answer to my question. Mike Gallagher's asking, did I bother with WWE 20? No, I didn't. I didn't bother at all. Like, I have it. It's looking at me there. Didn't even play. Do you know what? Me and my brother had a routine every Christmas for as long as I can sort of remember, because I can remember Christmases before I watched wrestling. We used to play the WWE game first thing on Christmas morning. It'd be the first present we open. We would go upstairs and we'd bye-bye everybody. And we would play a handicap match, and we would pick a person that we hated the most that year. So we would go through the list of wrestlers and we're like, "Oh, who deserves to be beat up in this handicap match?" And the first person we ever beat up on Here Comes the Pain? Probably. It was Chavo Guerrero, because he'd been so bad to Eddie that year, because we loved Eddie. So we were like, Chavo's getting it. So for reasons, I played as Rey Mysterio. So I had this sort of like Christmas Day tradition where I would play as Rey Mysterio as my first character every year, and we would just beat the hell out of whoever we hated. So that went on for a bit. But we didn't do it this year because, the game was not meant to be that good. And, yeah. Invite Lazara, bitch. Let's see what other. Will you ever give Yakuza a try? Maybe. I mean, now's the year. It's hashtag year of the backlog. Kai Phoenix is asking, are you done with PS3 now, or would you ever go back to finish something or play something on PS3? I think I'm done on PS3 for new games. I can't think of a PS3 game that isn't on PlayStation 4, because I guess most of the best games you can get on PlayStation 4 now, right, for PS3? I don't know. So I can't think of myself going back to play a new game. Maybe going back to finish a game. Mass Effect, perhaps. But yeah, I like going back and playing old games as much as the next person. Sometimes we've got the PS2 downstairs, which we do. Sometimes. Let's see. So I was asking if I'm after easy platinums. No. For the road to platinum, the road to platinum 100 needs to be games that I feel passionate about. Like, I don't want it to be like, so I know I have a couple of games where I'm like close to getting them, but it'd be really boring. A really boring episode is like, so today for this platinum, I just need to pick up some collectibles. Like, I want to make sure they're like at least interesting. So yeah. Right. Let's see. Max Payne 3 needs to be on PS4. Yeah. Right. Let's see. I'll take one more question. Oh, someone actually asked me earlier what phone I had. I've got a Google. It's very dirty. It's a Google Pixel 3a. Someone has liked my photo. Well, thank you, person who has liked my photo. Yeah, I quite like it. Takes good pictures, and it's nice. Oh, a Harry Potter question has appeared. Well, I'm not some kind of Harry Potter nerd, by the way. I just enjoy it slightly. If you were invited to Hogwarts, which house would you be sorted in? Oh, I've sorted into I'd be sorted into Hufflepuff. Unfortunately, I mean, I say unfortunately. I don't know. I have this Hufflepuff sadness within me. Like, I really want to be a Gryffindor, but I just know I'm not brave. I'm not courageous. One of the two the same, I suppose. And I'm just, I don't know, I'm not cool enough. And every test I've ever taken is all like, you're a Hufflepuff. And I'm like, basically Hufflepuff is just where everyone else, and it's like, you're not brave, you're not smart, you're not evil. Get in Hufflepuff. It's just the house for everybody else. God, I really want this, Elena Fisher thinks I should be in Slytherin, just because I, don't want her to come and live with me in quarantine. Sorry, Elena! Oh, Cat's a Slytherin. Birds of Breaker in the chat. How's it going? How's my Wednesday going? It's going alright, thank you. Yeah, I thought I would just do this to like chat and to like, you know, get away from the screens and release my feelings. It's an outlet for me to talk. Oh, my gal was asking if I'm going to play the Saints Row 3 remake. No. I played Saints Row 3 on PS3. Thought it was decent. Had to play the game twice for the platinum. I don't feel strongly about it enough to play again. What's my top 5 PS4 games? That is tough. I suppose Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, Witcher 3. These are in no particular order. I'm just looking at my list. Oh, Red Dead 2, OVS. That's 3 games. Maybe Persona 5, and what's back here? I can't see what games are behind my thing. There must be something else I really like. Probably the 2 Uncharted games. I'm gonna give a shout out to Sonic Mania just because it's there. Do I watch AEW? No, I don't, but I am a big Chris Jericho fan, so sometimes I'll look at his YouTube channel for like clips and stuff because I enjoy the segments. Oh, someone asked me if I'd platinumed Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 is a very slow grind, by the way. I mean, I'm going to platinum that game sometime in this decade, but not anytime soon because I'm kind of upset that I have to go back and replay the last 10 hours or so of the game. Okay, right, so I'll take one more question, then we're going to do the checkout or the lockout, which is a special segment that is a game that I play at work. Sometimes at work, I just walk around and I annoy people. Well, that's what I do. So in the morning, I feel like, see, this is the new world I live in. So normally at work, I'm proper, like, I get in the morning, I'm pretty grumpy in the morning, so I don't really like, I sort of say hello to people, you know, as you do, to be nice. But in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to be awake. I'm still grumpy. So I normally sit at my computer and I just do some work, and I do my best work in the morning normally, and then in the afternoon I'm like, okay, now I feel like I want to chat to people, so I'll just go around and, like, you know, find people and just be like, hey, blah blah blah, and just talk to them, which I really miss. That's the thing, I miss just being able to talk to people, and then I sort of get my energy out, and then I feel ready to go back to work. So I'm like I'm sitting on my computer and I'm just like, I need to like talk to someone about something. So I'll just go up to people and just be like blah 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 blah, and then I feel happy and I can go back to work. But at my desk here, I just sort of sit. Like, I find it hard to begin in the morning. I end up doing more work in the afternoon. I sort of flipped. I don't know how that's happened, but yeah, I don't know where that story went to. Chris wants you to talk about the new remote. We already did that, Bethany. You should have checked the show out earlier. We've gone over that ground. Top 3. Okay, I'm going to go for the last question. Is my top 3 favourite Rockstar games. Vice City. Bully. But then I haven't picked... Oh, no. Red Dead Redemption. Vice City. Bully. Boom. There you go. Right, so thank you everybody for all your questions. Now I'm going to do the checkout, and it's a game that I play at work, called As Seen by Lucy. Now, this came about because I haven't seen a lot of films. So what we've decided to do, for reasons, was someone would get up a scene from a film that I hadn't seen, and I would read a bit of it, and then people would guess what film it is and if I was any good at doing it. So this is for you, Dom. I know you enjoy a bit of As Seen by Lucy. So I did reach out for... we might have... What's this? Oh, I asked someone to send me an As Seen. Wait, this is happening live on the fly. I don't even know what film this is, but let's see, okay. Right. As Seen by Lucy, Act 1. Okay, there's little bits of this could go terribly wrong. There's bits of narration happening here. What do they call direction? Okay. The king in the north arises. Oh, something's happening. Oh, right, there's some direction here. Lord Walter, enough, let it end. This is the same character. Please, here's my son, my first son. Let him go, and I swear we will forget this. I swear it by all gods anew, we will take no vengeance. You already swore me one oath right here in my castle. You swore by all the gods your son would marry my daughter. Take me for a hostage, but let Rob go. Caitlin pleads to Rob. Rob, get up. Please get up and walk. Please. And why would I let him do that? I have no idea what this film is, by the way. On my honour as a Tully, on my honour as a Stark, let him go, or I will cut your wife's throat. I'll find another. Mother? The Langsters send their regards. Oh, you can pick how to shorten it, it says at the end. What is this? What was it? What did I just read? That was As Seen by Lucy. Do you know what was it? I don't know. The characters' names were Walter Frey and Rob. Some people are saying Red Wedding by Game of Thrones. I've never watched Game of Thrones. This is Game of Thrones, not a movie. Oh, I don't know. I've just read what it was. But there you go. That was As Seen by Lucy. Am I having a breakdown? Maybe this is the end of my mental health. But I've never seen it. I don't know what I just read, and if it was close to what it was. But there you go. That is the end, I suppose, of the first. Who's texting me now? Ace Wildcats text me when it happened. You missed it. Lucy somehow missed the most important pop culture TV show in the last decade. That's just me. Thank you for my... Oh, maybe I should have bowed. Oh, what was it? This is literally what we do in the afternoon at work. This is entertainment at work. Tune in next time for What Am I Eating, which is also a fun game where I mime eating something and you guess what I'm eating. yeah, I get a bit crazy at work. Okay, so I think that's gonna wrap up the first edition of Locking It Down with Lucy. I think that's what, have I called that? I think I should have written it on my thing. It's a very new concept. Let me know if this was, I don't know, what, any feedback for any future ones that happen. I might do this, you know, somewhat, because I thought it was quite, I mean, I enjoyed myself. Maybe I just enjoyed talking. I don't know. So yeah, I can do this again maybe next week, and we can all I'll get my topics together and maybe it'll flow a bit more. So if you have any feedback, put it in the comments so that we can talk it out next week. So until maybe I should do a joke of the day. Joke of the day. Joke of the day. Joke of the day. What is my joke of the day? I had a good one the other day. Oh, okay. I'll end with joke of the day. All right. I used to be addicted to cheddar cheese, but it was only mild. Thank you very much, everybody. I just realised I just pretty screamed into the microphone. That was Locking It Down with Lucy. I shall catch you all sometime in the future. I might stream this weekend, perhaps. Thanks so much to everybody in the chat who joined in and talked and stuff. You really helped. And stay safe, everybody. I hope we can take phone calls. Oh, let's do that. Do we do a live caller in? This is all happening on the fly. We'll workshop this. But right, I shall catch you all on the flip side. In the meantime and in between time, stay safe. Be happy. Wash your hands. And I hope everybody is good. Like, honestly, in the whole seriousness, I hope everyone is well. And just be cool. Just you know. All right. Before I just ramble on forever and this gets really sad, I am going to press the stop streaming button. So until next time, see y'all in another life.